Hello everybody. Hello, welcome. This is going to be a reading for uh, March 5th of 2024 of a welcoming Tuesday for everyone. Okay, this is a reading for everyone who's basically understanding what is happening. Okay, so I know that this is a very you know, interesting of how it goes. Everything has to be all great and, everything has to be all visualized and stuff. But this is how it is. So, full moon in Gemini, embrace the flow of life. So we're going to look at that. And this could be a he or she reading as well. And the next one is full moon in Virgo, take inspired action. So basically, we're going to look at those two energies. One's a air sign, one's a earth sign. you know, energies can switch as they go along, right? And whether if you're between having a good day or bad day, it has to remember about how your emotions are. Go with the flow, right? And whether it seems to be good or bad, you have to look at it, right? If you look at it from a different temporary perspective, you have to know from the inside and out, you have to embrace the opportunity. Okay, so whether everything seems to be all graceful and everything has to be all, sweet and, everything has to be all great, this is how it is, right? You have to, between the lines, and you have to understand what's happening and, see who's having a good time and having a good day, and, this is how it is. But the reading is, like, this is how massive this is. And whether it seems to be good or bad, you have to look at it from a different way, a different perspective, a different outlook and outflow, how it is, right? So, this is how it seems to be. But, keep in mind that this is how a reading is. Like I say, give give this video a like, a comment, you know, um, understand how it is and understand how it seems to be, okay? Because you know, if it happens to you, it's rare, okay? And it seems to be very imposing a situation, knowing how it is, knowing how the outflow is, how everything is, and, that's how it seems to be. So, before this reading starts, give it a like, give it a comment, and understand how it is, okay? But this is how it seems to be. So, we have the oracle cards is the first one is judgment. Understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Basically, that's simple as that. Service. I feel good when I can help others. That's a good way. And lastly is honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. You know, that is very interesting of how it goes, but this is how interesting how it seems to be. Okay, so this is how it kind of is. I will be doing a Celtic cross that you guys will see in a minute, but this is how it kind of is. Okay, so we understand how it kind of outflows and how it seems to be, and knowing that this is a very temporary setting of how it goes, and this is kind of is at the moment. So we see how everything is, and this is how it kind of is at the moment. Um, this is how it is, and how the outflow is, and how everything has to be all, a great opportunity, and knowing about it, you know. You will see the cards in a minute. Um, but this is how it seems to be. Okay, I never did a reading like this, but this is how it kind of goes at the moment. Because these are between the Virgo side and Gemini side, between a man or a woman, whether it seems to be all peaceful, graceful, you know, it doesn't really matter that there was something that was in between this. But this is how it is, right? Because I think my own interesting way of how everything is. Okay, but let's look into it. So this is how a big, huge reading is. Okay, so you have the Three of Pentacles that's up right here. You have the Nine of Swords that's reversed. You have the Two of Pentacles that's reversed. Um, the Page of Cups represents Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Eight of Pentacles represents Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Um, this is how it is in that moment because this is between a Virgo and a Gemini. Okay, both of them are kind of, unique. They're in different perspectives. So I'll put the Virgo here on one side because you see it. So this is the Virgo side on your left side. The Gemini situation now, Gemini could be, approximately into a different way. Um, a very advantage point, how it is. So I know that that seems to be very, I'm not going to say hostile, no, but in that way, how it is, you have to see it as, interesting of how it goes, right? So Virgo is on your left side, Gemini is on your right side. So I could be talking to a cross-watcher situation, or it could be not. But then you have the Ten Pentacles that's reversed, like you lost everything. Two of Swords, you don't know. You already know what direction you're going to take. That's fine by me. Um, the Lovers is where you were in love with somebody, but then you're not. So you could be having this staggering situation. Okay. Knowing that this is a um, very imposing situation, right? It's like kind of like imposing of a camera, like your pose, like, and you're smiling, right? That's how it is, right? Between the Virgo side and the Gemini side, you have to look at that from a different perspective, right? Everything has to be all great, and everything has to be great, but then everything has to be from an inside looking out in some way, right? You look at who, what, where, when, why, and sometimes how in that situation. This is how it is. But let's keep going. So you can see how it is in one way or another. Um, there's a good duty to understand that, but we're going to clarify. I love the word clarify. Um, because we don't know what these reverse cards are. We don't know, there's a reverse card here, there's a reverse card here, here. Like there's only 4 reverse cards here. Um, but the upright cards are kind of interesting because we only have 4 upright and basically, 4 reverse. So, you could be understanding how it is. Um, no, wait, there could be 5 upright cards because there's an upright here, 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 here. Yeah, so there could be 5 upright cards, but they're reversed. And, you have to look at it from that perspective. Okay. So let's see. Let's see what's opposite of the Two of Swords. What's opposite of the Lovers. What's opposite of the Ten of Pentacles. Um, what's opposite of the Nine of Swords. So let's see. The Four of Swords is upright, so you could be resting. You could be thinking, okay, well, I don't want to be resting. I want to feel how everything is, and jumbled. Like Virgo can be resting, having a nap, maybe enjoying herself. That could be the Virgo situation. That could be the woman's side. Okay, now the guy's side could be Gemini. You never know, right? What's also about that card is the Seven of Swords is reversed. So you could be not having any burdens, like you know how you can do whatever you decide to do. You look at from a different perspective, a different way, a different outcome. What's also about the Ten of Pentacles is the Nine Cups that's reversed. So you could be already thinking about, like you could be already thinking of another Scorpio. Maybe it could be not. Maybe it could be inside about that situation. Then what's the opposite of the Gemini situation is the Nine of Swords that's upright. So you have the Nine of Swords that's, reversed here, but then it's an upright situation. So, that means that you're crying, you're having anxiety, you don't know what direction you're going to take. There are several things that you must learn, and there is a promise of knowing what to do, understanding that feeling, understand about how that is. It's you know, take it as a wonderful way, right? It's interesting. So as I said about the the Seven Swords, what's I said about the Nine of Cups. Okay, so you have the Tower that's reversed, so you don't have any chaos right now. That's interesting. And wow, the Hermit that's reversed. Okay, so you're not gonna be looking for a, if you're the Virgo as the woman and you're feeling like you want to have a boyfriend, you're not gonna have it. You're not gonna have a boyfriend. You're not going to, because you have whatever you decide to do, right? And that's how it is, right? So if you look at the Tower that's reversed and you look at the Hermit, there are two differences. They are very different. So I'm going to clarify with that. Uh, let's see. Uh, so let's see what's opposite of Tower. What's opposite about the Hermit for Virgo side. You have the Ten Pentacles that's reversed. So you could be not feeling, you're not going to be looking for your career. Maybe you could be thinking about there was something that's going on. The Eight of Cups is upright. Yeah, so you could be thinking about, okay, so you have the Nine of Cups that's reversed, right? Then you have the Hermit that's reversed here. But then, when I clarified, you have the Eight of Cups that's upright. It's basically you already know exactly which path you're going to take, right? You could be thinking about another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your situation. You could be thinking about, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in your situation, Virgo. There's a way of how that is, right? Because there's a will, there's always a way, right? And that's how it is. So let's see what's the opposite of the Ten of Pentacles for Virgo. The Knight of Wands is upright. Yeah, so you could be having victory on your side. Um, you could have basically Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in your birth chart, Virgo. You could look at that up if you want. And then for Gemini situation, Gemini is very good at this, only, there is a way of how, you're trying to embrace of what you're looking for. When you're looking at, like, there's a third party situation, um, you can think that there was something that was happening in that situation. So you can see how that is, right? You can think that how depressing it is or how satisfactory it is. Um, but that's just how it seems to be, I guess. So tell me something what's going on for Gemini. So I'm going to do a 3-card situation for the Three Pentacles that's upright. So just going to do that. Let's see. The Seven of Swords is upright. Yeah, so you know exactly, you had burdens earlier, but then you're thinking that you're going to have that situation, right? You know that how everything is by Gemini situation, right? Wow, the Hangman is upright. Yeah, which means that you're having restrictions because, you could be restricted, right? You could be like saying, okay, well, I know what's happening. And this one over here, the Two of Wands is reversed. All right, so you could be thinking about that. Hmm. So let's see. Let's clarify the Two of Wands. The Eight of Pentacles is upright. Yeah, so you could be focusing on another earth sign. So you could be maybe focusing on another Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus in that situation. Um, you could be that because there is a way of knowing, okay? And you know how you try to study on something and you're studying until you pass the test? Well, you know what, Gemini, you have to pass the test in order to know what's going to happen, right? Everything has to be all great and all satisfactory. But then you have to know from the outflow, you know, everything has to go in our own perspective way. It's the majority of how everything is, and you look at it from a different way, right? Everything has to be all in tune in that situation, right? And whether you have to remember that, you have to remember that. It's like tuning a guitar, right? You know how the guitar is like, it does that dear dear thing, but you have to turn it up, right? You have to tune it to make it more sense, right? But this is how it is, Gemini. You have to look at it from a different way. And whether you can be positive and not negative and knowing about how everything is, and there's a way of how it is, right? And you look at it, okay? So we're almost done with this reading. So you can think about how it is in that own perspective. So let's see. I'm going to clarify this for Virgo in the middle of this situation, and I'll see what's happening from a Gemini situation over here. So this one is Two of Water. A relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, positive resolution of a conflict. I just said that, which means that you stay positive as much as you can, knowing that you can think about that as a Virgo. So Virgo, you have to stay positive as much as you can. Think about that you can understand how it is, right? And this one for a Gemini is Seven of Earth is seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. Yeah, so you could be maybe thinking that you could be worried about something. Worrying is the way of how it is because you understand that, right? So you can see this as a wonderful feeling because if you look at this and you look at, you know, honesty and you look at, you know, judgment and you look at service, you look at those from a different way, right? Because this is a lesson for whoever's watching this whole entire reading, okay? It's a lesson for everything, okay? And when you do that, you understand about that, okay? Because, you could be having service. Maybe Virgo's having a service. Maybe Virgo's having an honesty. Maybe Gemini's having judgment, and I'll put that there for Gemini. So, and then Virgo is having, like, between them, they could be having service. And, while I'm looking at this over here, then I know that Virgo is having maybe honesty. Maybe she's looking at, like, where she wants to tell truth from others, but I can respect it I can expect it from myself. Like she could be doing that, right? But this is how it is. So this is what I have for you. Um, but we're gonna see what the universe is saying. So the universe is gonna be saying what it is, and I want to see what the universe is saying for these two cards. Yeah. So let's see. You have the Ace of Water is falling in love or the resurgence of relationships, spiritual growth, and enhanced intuition, a new home. So you could be thinking about that, like you could be thinking that you're going to start a new relationship again. Maybe, Virgo and Gemini could work together as a team. And lastly, it says for Six of Air, things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So could be for Gemini in that situation. If you're the end of a difficult situation, maybe you can look at the positive side and the negative side, right? Because this is the outflow of how it is, right? Um, you go with the flow, you know what's happening, and you know how it seems to be. Anything else from the universe? Anything else from the universe of Gemini and Virgo? One more. So let's see. Have honesty, service, judgment. The Six of Cups, that's reversed, so you know that Virgo is not going to look at another Scorpio because she knows what's happening, right? Service is the Knight of Cups, so she could be thinking about Scorpio. Maybe she wants to have a service. Maybe she wants to do that with a Gemini. And lastly, for Gemini is Ten of Pentacles. So Gemini is going to have everything that he could be wanted. Maybe it could be that, right? He wants his career. He wants everything that he wants, right? But we're going to look at that. So what's the opposite of the Six of Cups for Virgo? Okay, so the Three of Pentacles, that's reversed, so you know that you're not having a third party. Because it was starting with a third party, but then everything is shifted. Okay, so we kind of are getting somewhere. Okay, what's upset about that card, please? For Virgo? Okay, so the Eight of Wands, that's reversed, so you know that you're not traveling. Okay. So we are getting, I am getting somewhere. I don't know why I said we are. Oops. Okay, so I know, okay, kind of slowly getting somewhere. What's opposite about the Eight of Wands for Virgo? The Nine of Wands reversed. Oh wow, I'm getting lots of reverse cards here. Alright, so I need an upright card that represents that, please. What's opposite about the Nine of Wands for Virgo? The Queen of Earth. Yeah. Thoughtful, creative, warm, sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Yeah, exactly. Virgo has to act like that. Virgo has to be understanding about what's happening and who's capable and compatible and how everything is. So if you understand this in a perspective way, even if you have a Virgo as a woman situation, even if you have a Gemini guy, whatever it is, you have to look from a different perspective, a different outflow, outflow a different way. Everything has to be all great, so this is what I have for you. I hope everything seems to be well known, and this is how it is. So give this video a like, give it a comment, and I'll see you next time when I see you. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye for now. Really. Bye.